What up, chat? How are we doing today? What up, Valxy, Mavy, Crafex, Jr., Crispy, Flaps, Flips, LinkedIn, Mina, Banks, Ted, Fidget Fly, Caped, Salim, Roman, Gold Star, Horse. How are you guys doing today? How is everyone doing today? You're my biggest fan. I doubt that, but thank you for the support. I know that the only reason that everyone is here is because they want to win and edit Lite. We're going to give that just a little bit. We're going to give it like 10 minutes to let people in. Let people come in. We're not going to do it right now. It'll be just a little bit. So first, we'll talk about some stuff. But what I would actually like to do first is, Ted, could you DM me any requirements that you have for the giveaway? Can you DM me like do they have to be US? Do they need a proxy if they're foreign? Do you want anyone to follow any? Like just shoot me a DM of what we're doing, and also give me a word. Give me an entry word. Requirement is US only. Okay, perfect. US only. Can you show the edit, please? We'll do that. We'll do that. Once the giveaway actually starts, it's gonna be we're gonna draw it in like 10 minutes. So don't worry, guys. We'll do it. I'll show you. I'll tell you how to enter. We just got to give people a little time to come in and get settled, you know? We're not just going to do it instantaneously, you know? Doing anything for the 4th? I don't think so. I don't. Anyone in the US doing anything fun for the 4th in 2 days? I don't think I'm doing anything fun. What up, Bimby? What up, No Limits? What up, everyone? How you guys all doing? Okay, cool. Sounds good, Ted. We will get that sorted out in just a little bit here. First, what I want to do is ask, what's up with the Bali community today? Because, you know, I mean, I can't really make the title of the stream this because I think it's a little too controversial and I don't want people fucking coming in and making a huge deal about it. But what the hell is up with people hating on Simple Stock for making a pair of fucking Balisong socks? What is wrong with you people? Is your masculinity really so fragile that it's threatened by a pair of socks that go above the knee? Is that really what we're doing here in our knife community? Are you really so scared of a pair of socks that go a few inches above the knee that you feel the need to attack people for it? That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. This is what people are getting mad about nowadays? Holy cow. And you know, those same people will complain all about how fragile and sensitive the rest of the internet is. But no, the real news here is that Simple Stock made some Balisong thigh highs, like, as a meme. So if you want to get them, simple stock. I think they're still in stock. They might be. Probably honestly sold out. It hasn't. They probably went pretty fast. No, they're still 25 bucks. There's a Velcro patch, and he announced earlier on his story that Will Hirsch got involved, and he'll make some patches of Will's logo. So I think it's just really funny that our community is so trembling terrified of a couple long socks, as if their precious football players don't also wear like leggings underneath, you know. Thought you were talking about the other scam / not scam controversy. I'll talk about that later, because this is just supposed to be a quick little quick little announcement thing to make fun of. That, what I'm assuming what you're talking about is more of like a discussion based thing. Banks, I don't know what you mean by that. I'm gonna be real, because like whenever I abbreviate cherry picker, I just say like checker. It's the name of a game. Like, I don't know. Anyway, what up, Remshi? Let's do the Edit Lite giveaway. So, Ted Flips, wonderful Ted Flips in chat, also known for giving his collection out to a lot of people for pass around. He's the one that gave me the Jigsaw, the Prime, the Kraken V3, and now the Squiggle Scale Kraken rehandles. If you guys remember, on stream a long time ago, I had you guys spec out an Edit Lite just to see what chat would create, and Ted actually bought the thing. So now what he is doing is, since he doesn't really want to flip it anymore, he decided to give it back to the community that made it. So if you want to win the Edit Lite, I believe it's an Edit Lite, right, Ted? I'm pretty sure. That you guys created. I'm sure some of you in chat right now were in chat when we made this abomination of an Edit Lite. If you want to win it, we're going to do it right now. So, if you guys would like to get a chance to win the Edit Lite, here is what you are going to have to do. You need to be in the US or have a US proxy. US proxy. Otherwise, we're going to have to re-roll if you win. And that's just because Ted is the one that has to deal with it. So he makes the rules, you know. That's how it goes. Now, let me just... I was thinking for like a really long time about how to do this. And then I remembered that Nightbot exists. So... you know, we're just going to do it on Nightbot. So what we're going to do is anyone who types in, I'm going to type it in chat right here. So you have to copy it exactly. Caps and all. Anyone who types, who's in the US or has a US proxy, anyone who types Edit Lite, capital T, E-D-I-T, capital L-I-T-E, will get a shot at doing this. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to just show you, I can show you this, right? I can show you this. You're going to want to look for your name over here with the little blue circle next to it. That means that you are eligible. If you are not eligible, you got to redo it. And I, really quick, am going to just put, where's text? There's text. I'm going to put it up on stream for you guys. There you go. Edit Lite. Type it like that. Got the blue name, so Remshi, Salim, Mina are not entered. If that's okay, if that's what you want. You only have to type it once. Once you type it once, you're good. I'm going to let this go for just a little bit. We're going to let it go for 5 minutes. So until 9:50. Well, technically 3 minutes now, but 9:50 EST, so 3 minutes. And then we'll... Valksy, are you entered? Yes, you are. The only people that are not entered right now are Salim, Remshi, and Mina. That's a little more self-explanatory. What up, Bunny? What up, Preeg? Could we see the trainer again? Yes, this is the trainer. This is the Tedet Lite. Pink blade, mint handle, green handle. We all made it on stream. You need to be US based or have a US proxy. And if you were here when we voted on this spec, then it should be double hype for you to win. And really quickly, let's all just say a huge thank you to Ted for doing this. Initially, what I wanted to do is buy this thing that chat had made and then give it away. Unfortunately, this is back in a time where I really didn't have Balisong money, but Ted hooked it up. He messaged me like 2 days ago and was like, hey, I want to give away that thing that your stream made to your stream. And I was like, that's hype. Thanks, man. Do we get a card with Ted's signature? I don't know. Maybe that's something that Ted... I think you get a sticker. Ted, are you doing your package sticker? Yeah, Ted really hits it with the pass arounds and content. Wait, Bimby, why do you have a video of the Tedet Lite? They do get a sticker and a business card that I will sign. I'll show you the sticker. Here's the sticker. You can get a sticker and a business card from Ted himself. Look, it's the Tedet Lite, chat. All right, how much longer do we have? We have 15 seconds. So Edwin, Bunny, Mavi, Mina, Remshi, Salim, and Ted. Well, Ted, duh. You have 15 more seconds. Don't count down in chat. Don't count down in chat, Flub. You don't have to do that. Flub, it's not necessary. It's not necessary, everyone. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ben Mize? Are you here? Are you Ben? Ben, are you here? Hello? You are here. You hold on before you celebrate. Ben, are you US based or have a US proxy to get it? I already have an edit light, so I don't think I can accept it. If you want to re-roll, we can re-roll it. I can just click this button down here. Oh, that's not that. I feel kind of bad taking it. We can re-roll. That's perfectly fine. Can we get a vote from chat? All right. I mean, I'm pretty... I'm pretty sure I know what chat is going to choose, but we can get a vote from chat. Sure, why not? Here's your vote from chat. Unfair for him to give away his win. It's his choice. This is his wishes were to get a vote from chat. All right, chat wants to re-roll. Ben, do you concur? I think I have a friend who would join it. Oh, you... Oh. He doesn't concur. No deal. He said no. We asked him deal or no deal. He said no deal. Didn't mean to bait you. No, you're good. It's yours if you want it. Reroll for fun just to see. There's nothing I would want to do less than click the reroll button. All right. GG, Ben. Well played. Ted, I'm sure will get in contact with you. If you could give Ted in chat a contact of some sort, because he has the giveaway. He has it. I'm just hosting. Oh yeah, are you US? You never answered that. US or US proxy? Okay, he is. All right, just give Ted in chat a way to contact you, and there we go. Everyone, congrats, Ben. Thank you all for entering. Blah blah blah. I can't speak. Thank you all for entering. Thank you again to Ted for hosting the giveaway. That was awesome. I need to do eventually, guys. One day, we'll do another community edit Lite. I think, considering how much I like FlipForge, I would like to do a sort of what am I trying to think of? I would like to do a like a tradition of chat building an edit and then giving it away. I think that would be fun. We should create it now. I won't create it now because then someone's gonna buy it and do the same thing. I'm gonna do the giveaway next time. Now you have to record a video of doing edit Lite dual flips. Oh, Ben? Yeah, maybe. Okay, are we... How often do we do it? I don't know. It depends on how much money I'm bringing in when I lock down a job. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, chat. We'll figure it out eventually. The edit Lite might be cheap, but $50 is still a lot of money, especially to me. Ben, if you could just give Ted Flips in chat a way to contact you so you can get your giveaway, that would be great. I've got a $10... No, I'm not taking donations for it. I appreciate it, though. Can we do a Stitch... Yeah, chat makes a Stitch Steel Paradigm, and then we give that away. Chat makes a Balisong that's worth about half of my collection, and then we give that away. That would go crazy. Every 6 months or a year? Maybe. I wouldn't mind doing something annual like that. Let's not make the next edit as interesting colored smiley face. Oh, but Mina. But Mina, that's the joy. That's the joy of it. Where's the fun in it not being just disgusting looking? How can I get my hands on an Orion? LDY Wilzang on Instagram has a bunch. They might even be in stock right now if you check his post. And then there's another. I think you can just DM LDY directly, but I'm not sure how long it would take. Ted, did you get contact info? Ben, did you give contact info over to Ted? No contact. Ben in chat, you can't get a prize if the person who has the prize can't send it to you. Here's a pro tip. You can't receive a prize if we don't know where to send it. Was the website Simple Stock with 2 T's? No, that's just his Instagram. SimpleStockLLC.com. I've sent it 3 times. Where? Simple Sock, more like. I think because of the controversy, Simple Stock should just change his name to Simple Sock. That would just be really funny. Don't give us your address in chat, Banks. Ben, you just need to give like an @ or something, or tell us where you sent the contact in. Where did you? In chat? Well, it hasn't come through. 4 times now? The logs beg to differ. Do emails get auto-blocked? Most likely, yes. So you're gonna need, like, do you have like an Instagram, a Discord, anything like that? No, that didn't get through. That didn't go through. YouTube probably doesn't allow the sending of emails. Just an Instagram would work, or your Discord tag if you're in the Discord. Hey, are you doing any giveaways anytime soon? It's been forever. Why haven't you done one? When is the next one going to be? I need a Balisong. Please do a giveaway. I have no food. I'm drunk. That's so true, Brandon. That's so true, Brandon. You got a Reddit, literally any social media. Discord is at Optic08. Ted, you got that? Are you in my Discord? No, you're good. Just joined. Ted, I don't think there's numbers anymore after on Discord. Ben, are you originally Optic number 0264? Because it says on your profile, it'll show me what your number was. So if you remember what your number was, that would help a lot. I just want to make sure no one's trying to impersonate. I just joined and waved. Okay, that's good, I guess. That works. Well, congratulations, Ted. Thank you again for the awesome giveaway. Ted, he sent a message in the welcome. And yeah, cool. Yes, 0264. Perfect. All right, now that that is all settled, once again, thanks, Ted. Congrats, Ben. Hope you enjoy the chat edit Lite, or I guess more accurately, hope your friend enjoys the edit Lite, or whatever ends up happening to it. But now, how do Discord tags work now? They're just @. It's like Instagram. It's like, oh, hey, look at my @ and then you have the... It's like unique instead of what Discord used to be, which is your name could be whatever. It's so stupid. I wish that they never did it. Now Instagram is just bad. It's just bad, like all the rest of the social medias, how they deal with names and all that. Oh, actually, no, all of the thank you goes to Ted. I literally just gave him a platform to do the giveaway on. All right. So, the fragile masculine people who are mad about the socks wasn't the only controversy in the Discord, in the Balisong community this week. There was also... Now, I actually need to remember who the hell posted it originally. Or I need to remember... It's been reposted to oblivion. I need to remember someone who reposted it. Who reposted? Daisico had some controversy? I don't believe you. I literally don't believe you that Daisico was in any hot water. Who posted... Oh, I should have saved this before I came on stream. I honestly forgot about this, but... made a stance against religion? No, he didn't. He really didn't. Daisuko is not a he. Yeah, Daisuko goes by any pronouns, Chell. Yeah, listen. He didn't make a stance against religion. That's just... He simply said a fact, which is invalidating other people's religious beliefs is cringe and the complete opposite of what sharing, acceptance, and love is. I don't think that's a hot take. I don't think that's a hot take. And I don't even care. If you run around thinking that your beliefs are the only one that are right, then you're a fuckhead. Sorry. Yeah. I'm not gonna say that that's a controversy. That's just a fact. Like, just because it's about religion doesn't, like, Pyro runs around thinking that the Kraken trainer is absolute dog shit, and like that was kind of a fuckhead thing to do because that's not objectively true. Sorry. You want to cancel me over that? Go ahead. I don't care. I'm gonna treat religion the same way that I treat any other opinion, and that is, if you can't respect other people's opinions, then that's a problem for you. Sorry. Anyway, maybe Daisuko reposted the... Daisuko posted about the socks. Not taking any best friend Pyro slander. Listen, I will admit that him just hating on the Kraken trainer because it existed was cringe. I will say that. Because I believe that running around believing that you're the only one that's right is a fuckhead belief. If one belief is hundreds of years old versus newly created beliefs, how does it work then? It's called basic respect. This isn't a crazy thing. This is not a crazy thing to say. Like, if you run around saying that you're the only person who's right and everyone else is wrong, how can you call yourself accepting of new ideas? You can't. You can't call yourself loving and accepting because you don't love and accept. When did you add the subscription thing? When did I add the subscription thing? What do you mean? A lot of people in the religious community who have an overlap of religion and Balisongs like to run around and say, oh, everyone runs around shoving their opinions down my throat, and then they run around and shove their opinions down everyone's throat. I don't talk about my religion on stream for a very, very specific reason, because it doesn't affect you. We are a Balisong community. It does not matter what anyone thinks about religion and any of that, because we are our own person. You make choices for yourself. You don't make choices for other people. You don't tell other people that what they believe in is wrong, because you can't prove it is wrong. None of us can. This is a lot different than running around and saying, oh, you're wrong because, like, it goes against the facts. Like, flat earthers are objectively wrong because we have facts that state otherwise. I'm very religious if you get to know me, but that doesn't need to be brought into a community where the sole idea is flipping knives. Exactly. And that's why I don't bring up religion at all. I don't talk about it because everyone uses it as a weapon of I'm right, you're wrong. We can't talk about it anymore. So to say that what Daisuko said is a hot take and is drama and controversy is insane. Because I'm pretty sure it's a pretty normal take to say that anyone who runs around saying that your way of thinking is wrong and only mine is right, you're just kind of a fuckhead. mindset of we've been doing this for a long time, so therefore it's correct is a slippery slope, at least in the religious sense. Yeah. I can agree with that. But listen, chat. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying anything crazy here. I don't think it's a hot take to say what I'm saying. But let's not let this devolve into some religious debate, because that is not what this channel is about and goes against everything I've been speaking on. I am simply trying to preach a message of just be respectful of other people's opinions sometimes. Okay? Just be respectful about how other people live their lives. That's all we need to do. That's all we need to do. I'm going to live my life your way. You're going to live your life your way. I'm not going to judge you. I sure as hell don't expect you to judge me. Okay? Okay, cool. Anyway. I got a little passionate there. Does anyone have the, like, scammer, not scammer post? Who posted that? Does anyone know? I disagree with some of your points in the Squiggle Kraken vid. People have been motivated to mod and change a Kraken because everyone has them, so there's a market and they're standard, so mods equal interesting. I can agree with that. Like, at the end of the day, the Squiggle Kraken is just like, it's just a take that I have. I don't believe it to be worth it because it's the price of the normal Kraken, you know? You're doubling the price of a Kraken to make it kind of, in my opinion, worse. I think Kraken mods can and should exist, but it doesn't change the fact that it might be a bit short-sighted for them to exist, if that makes any sense. That's where one should approach these topics with caution, because odds are the person being argued with has literally been taught since childhood that their way is the right way. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm trying to tell them that's not how to live life, brother. Scammer, not scammer, 7 Tristan 7. Is that who it was? I love the hate. Send me more, please. Oh, boy. If you're sailing a boat fit for a Bond villain, sometimes you have to play the part. Wow, I'm going against this guy the more that I see his profile. Holy shit, he's just edgy. Oh my god, I'm so edgy. I want the original post. Yeah, with the Orca. I just actually did that today, Mina. Don't you worry. Yeah, it's the thing with the Orca. Yeah, for anyone just joining us, we were discussing someone said in chat that Daisuko was being controversial, but all that Daisuko said was essentially using religion as a way to invalidate other people's beliefs is cringe and bad. To which I say that is a perfectly fair take. So that's what the discussion was about. Gosh, I feel like all I saw today was people reposting the Orca situation, and now that I'm looking at people's stories, I can't find them. Yeah, Tristan seems to be in a cope spiral. Holy cow. Kumi? Oh, Kumi's got me. Thank you, Kumi. All right, so this is what the latest controversy in the community is. So essentially what happened is this person, Ryan, was trying to buy a Orca, I believe, from this person, Tristan. And after Ryan had sent the money to Tristan, Tristan said, hey, look at me, I got a better offer, I'm gonna send you your money back and take the better offer, which already is kind of scummy, because it's like you're in possession. You're in possession of a Balisong, or of the money from the person. The other person has bought the Balisong. It is theirs now. You are in possession of someone else's knives if you've accepted the money. So then to say that, hey, I got a better offer, I need more money, is like crazy. Oh, Ted has, oh, this is what Ted's post is talking about. Imagine selling a TV to someone on Craigslist, then knocking on their door and handing them the money back and asking for the TV back, and someone offered more for the TV. That's essentially what happened here. Just because it's online, don't make no mistake, just because this transaction happened online, this is not like, it's not, you have to treat it as if you physically just gave away the item. Because you're in possession, the money is yours. The Balisong isn't in their hands. You need to treat it like you just handed over the Balisong. So you put it in a box and you ship it out as soon as possible. So to pull back on someone, especially because the biggest problem here is like, it's an Orca. How much more like, even if you get $100 more, that's so minuscule in the grand scheme of getting $1,000 for an Orca. That's crazy. But then this guy also said he sold his other Orca because he was expecting this one to be coming in. So he kind of got screwed out of an Orca. And then, as if this guy couldn't, like, I already think this guy, this Tristan guy, is in the wrong here. And then he fucking hits him with, I could have kept your money and bet an actual piece of shit. I'm just gonna give everyone a little pro-life tip in chat. If your justification for doing something is, I could have legitimately stolen from you and scammed you, and that's worse, so this is fine, you're probably not doing the right thing. If your justification for doing something is, I could have been so much worse to you, maybe take a step back. I'm not saying you're objectively wrong, but like, take a step back and just maybe reevaluate what you're doing. Because this is just like, this is where he completely loses me. I'll be completely honest with you. I have backed out of a deal before. My squid trainer, I was initially going to trade my squid trainer before I got it modded for a vortex. And then the day that we were both set to go off to the post office, I texted the guy and I was like, hey, have you sent out the vortex yet? And he was like, no, I was going to do it later. And I was like, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of not feeling the trade. Because at this point, I had found out that Static would put the bushings in for me. And I was sitting there like, I think I want that more than this vortex. So I texted the guy and I was like, hey, I'm going to be honest, I'm not really feeling the deal anymore. After I made sure he didn't send out the thing already. And then we both split our ways. So I'm not saying there's a problem with backing out of a deal. But I guess why that story isn't exactly one-to-one is because he hadn't sent the vortex yet. If he had sent the vortex, it would have been a real piece of shit thing to say, oh, hey, I don't want to do it. I think there's a bit of a difference there. I'm still telling you the story because I try to be as transparent as I can. In that scenario, you at least asked him first, though. Yeah, like, if he had sent the vortex, I would have went through with it because I agreed to it. But since he didn't send it out, I said, hey, I'm not really feeling it. I found a different thing that I want to do with the squid trainer. Thank you. Goodbye. But like, this is just, you have his money. It's not your Balisong anymore. Even if you can't send it out, because he tries to make the argument, oh, my PO box was closed today. Okay, that doesn't really matter because it's not yours either way. You should be making an effort to send this out as soon as possible. Either way. And then it's just like, you just fucking lose all respect with this message right here. I think this message sums it up entirely. Like, it's generally agreed upon. If you tell someone that you'll do the deal with them, you should probably respect that. When I sold my Bermuda, I had people messaging me after I had told the guy, okay, yeah, I'll take your offer. I had people messaging me, hey, I'll give you $10 more or whatever. And I was like, I already gave it to someone. Like, that's just how it goes. Do you need to tune a plastic Balisong? All plastic Balisongs have tap and play, so tuning them is not really necessary unless they come loose entirely and the screw falls out, or they bind up, in which case you'll have to tune them a little bit. But generally, especially the Edit Lite, I've never really touched the screws on my Edit Lite, so you should be fine. And then to make this, like, this guy, I don't want to put him on blast anymore, but if you're sailing a boat fit for a Bond villain, sometimes you have to play the part. And then his story is, I love the hate, send me more, please. Like, bro, come on. You're just, he has the shovel out and he is just digging. Just like put the shovel away. Fill the dirt back in the hole. Come on, dude. What are we doing here? Yeah. Don't send him any hate. I don't think he he doesn't deserve to be bombarded over this by people who, I'm gonna steal a page out of Ludwig's book. Ludwig recently talked about something and he said, all the people that watch this video probably didn't care about or didn't know about this situation before, so don't pretend to care now. You probably didn't care before you watched this video, or you guys probably didn't care about this situation before you watched the stream, so don't pretend to care now. Don't go harass him or anything like that. But what you should do is use it as a warning to not be like that, to say the least. Honor your word, because it would quite often, I'm not saying everyone wasn't aware of it, but there are some people in chat who only became aware of this just now. Definitely use it, like, honor your word, because that's how references get made. Your reputation will be built up upon your word being fulfilled. Yeah, honor is the key word there. That guy has none. Yep, pretty much. Did he do anything objectively wrong? Not really, because he didn't take the guy's money, like, but he did something wrong in the sense that he has no honor. He has no truth. He has, like, in that sense, he did something wrong. You know what I mean? Screwing him wasn't personal, but leaving a negative review and spreading the news about bad music business is also not personal. No, I'm not saying that at all. It wasn't wrong, but it was shitty. That's what I'm trying to say, Brandon. Sure, he didn't steal the guy's money, so he's not a criminal like some scammers out there, but there's nothing behind the words. You can promise all you want, but you have to deliver on the promise. Also, Shameful, welcome back. We were all worried about you for a little bit there. So good to see you back. Didn't everyone know about it already? Okay, sure, maybe everyone knew about it already, but I don't want people to go hate him as a result of seeing it on this stream. That's what I want. That's what I want. I'm not gonna be like some creators who weaponize their audience into hate on other people. Also, I saw you guys were talking about Pyro earlier. That's not Jack Piatti Pyro. That's Pyro Flipper. There's like 4 different Pyros as far as I'm aware. There's Pyro Flips, there's Pyra Flips, there's Jack Piatti Pyro, and there's Pyro Flipper. I think people need to stop doing fire-based flipping names, if you ask me, but hey. I just got a tornado warning in my area. Oh. Stay safe. Half regretting coming back to this, not gonna lie. Wait, what? What do you mean? Oh, the drama thing? Wait. Half regretting coming back to this. What drama thing? Oh, first thing back and someone's being a shithead. I mean, let's be real. Like, what the fuck's going? What the fuck else is the Balisong community gonna do? When's the next upload gonna be? I'm hoping within the next week, but I really can't promise anything. Life is tough. What do you think is the move for the Balisong community in terms of people getting banned on Instagram, but don't really think Vero is the way either? I'm gonna be honest in saying that anyone that isn't selling a Balisong has been completely fine. I have never had any issues with my flipping clips or anything like that. So I don't think we need to just focus in on migrating off of Instagram as soon as possible. Like Vero's dead on arrival. Let's be honest. Everyone fucking forgot about Vero, and now no one is going to it, and it's dead already, essentially. But I don't think that the Instagram banning situation is so dire that we need to focus on finding a different place to migrate to. I think Instagram sucks for selling Balisongs, but people have already put in really good ways around that. Essentially, the Balisong market. If you want to sell stuff on Instagram, just tag this account. Because there's no algorithm or anything like this. If you want to look at the Balisong market, you go to this page. So it doesn't really matter if he's getting recommended to people outside the community or not, because no one outside the community cares about the Balisong market anyway. And this is just a no algorithm place to scroll through all the tagged posts. In terms of selling, yes, we need to find a solution, but I think this Balisong market account is a pretty good band-aid for now. The band-aid will not last. It will eventually get disgusting and fall off and not sticky anymore. But until we do find a more permanent solution, until we find a cast for our broken arm, this band-aid will probably do just fine. Also, this looks horrendously... Oh, they're action figures. Dude, tell me this post up here when you don't see the full thing doesn't look like him holding, like, a knife on a balcony with a bunch of cosplayers below him. I legitimately thought that was like he was at like a convention with a bunch of cosplayers and just like holding up a knife over top of all of them. But yeah, anyone who's just flipping, listen, at the end of the day, here's my hot take, but it may be a hot take, but it's my take. Instagram doesn't know or care who the Balisong community is. They're not intentionally screwing us over, as some people will lead you to believe. So again, unless you're selling something, if you're selling something, they are targeting you because they are, obviously, like, that goes against terms of service, so they have to target that. But if you're just flipping, you're subject to all the dog shit choices that Instagram makes same as you would be in any other community. So Instagram is not intentionally targeting us to screw us over. What do you think I could get for an 8 out of 10 Triton V2 and a 5 out of 10 Mako V4 trade-wise? Anything under 200 probably. The Mako V4, especially if it's already beaten, I'm going to be completely honest with you, is not worth much because of the durability issues that those went through. So most of your trade value is going to be in the Triton. I would say maybe you could get like a Prisma or an Orion, something like that. Like one, yeah, like Kumi said, 150, 175 trade value. Later, Valksy, have a good one. But yeah, like Balisong Market is a pretty good band-aid for now. I'm also trying to sell a Squid Trainer V4 for 100. You're selling a Squid Trainer V4 for 100, Kumi? Damn, I would... What color is it? What Bally are you flipping right now? Edit Lite. Edit Lite Go Hard. That's the stream title, you know? You ran out of stream names? Yeah, I did. Unless I have, like, an actual topic to talk about, I will not get... Or I'll generally make the title related to what I'm flipping for most of stream. I didn't know it was specifically related to selling. Saw some peeps got banned just for flipping. Sometimes, in very rare cases, people get banned just for flipping. But it is rare enough that I don't think we need to immediately be like, ah, we need to leave now. Ah, you know. Later, Banks. Have a good one. Dual tone red. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Did you see the Kukri Reblade for the Sliff T? I did. Unfortunately, it's by Bevel. So I would never get one. And Bevel, I'm not even talking about like the hot water that he was in that caused him to fall off the face of the earth. He's just like, I've never had a good interaction with that guy. He's just kind of shitty to me in DMs, and I just don't have a ton of respect for him, so I wouldn't buy his Reblades. If you want to buy the Reblades, like, go for it, but they look cool. I would love a more blade-heavy Sliff T. I think that would be really cool, actually. But I'll wait until A, I have more money, and B, someone with a bit more of my respect makes one, you know? Are there any Insta accounts that just do tutorials for a bunch of tricks? Verde Blade. That is not Verde Blade. What the fuck? Johnny switched sides on the NorCal situation? Oh boy, what happened there? Verde has a huge library of... Actually, I need to use Verde to learn more tricks. Under 4 ounces, slight handle bias or neutral, channel handles trainer under 130. Probably the Hydra. Slight handle bias, channel, trainer, under 130, under 4 ounces. The Hydra, I think, I'm going to be completely honest with you, Rempel. I think that you are being way too picky for having less, like, about $100 to spend. What the fuck is this? I thought I was on a scam website for a second. Holy cow. How much does a Hydra weigh? Oh, the Hydra weighs 4 ounces. You might like the Hydra. Bevel tried to join in on supporting the LGBT community after what happened. Oh, the community that he lambasted on a live stream for canceling him in the first place? That's crazy. Holy cow. That's crazy. I would say the Hydra. I know this looks like a live blade, but it isn't. They also do sell a trainer version if you don't like the look of a live blade. Like, again, it's a dull live blade, so it's not going to cut you. It's technically a trainer. But they also have a legitimate trainer blade, but I have no idea how this flips, so it might be more handle bias or less handle bias than the live blade. You could also get the marbles. I like the marbles a lot, but I think the marbles is kind of heavy. Never mind, the marbles is not that heavy. I was trying to look up Bevel's. Did Bevel get banned or something? Because I can't find his account anywhere. Or did he block me? Oh, he might have blocked me. What is Bevel's letter for letter at? Oh, there he is. Man, he really gets buried on the search list. So here's the Kukri Reblade, if you were wondering. It looks really cool. Like, having a Kukri Slift T, a more blade heavy Slift T that looks that good is like, that's pretty cool. I'm not even gonna lie, that it looks great. Is the marbles on bushings? The marbles is on bushings, yeah. That looks huge. That's a good point. The blade looks massive. I think it's a normal length blade. Obviously, I don't know the specs of it, but like, it looks really cool. I would be concerned about the Kukri hitting the inside of the channel. That would be my main problem. But, you know, Johnny, I hate to be that fucking guy, but Johnny loves to throw, like, being irrelevant in people's face whenever he has problems with them. He dropped below my follower count when he got into hot water, and he still never recovered. Poor guy. Yeah, the Kukri does look strange on the Slift T. It's just like, I'm imagining a Kukri flipping experience on the Slift T. I already love the Slift T. Like, the Slift T is my... I sat down last night and I flipped the Slift T for 2 hours straight. That's like the first time I have done that in a live blade in a long time. You tried it in the deck situation? Oh no, I'm not throwing shots. I'm just throwing back in his face what he throws in other people's face. If he wants to throw the irrelevant card out there, I'm gonna throw that little jab at him, okay? Anyway, what happened to Canto? Canto dropped off the face of the earth because of school, but he's still active as far as I'm aware. I think the irrelevancy card is such a cringe card to pull. Like, if you have beef with someone and your first insult is to say you have less followers than I do, it's like, okay, calm it down on the fragile ego there, champ. I still prefer the Seraph. I absolutely do prefer the Seraph, Kumi. I legitimately think that the Seraph is a better flipper. But the Slift T really just has my heart because price to performance. I wouldn't spend much more on a Balisong than like 500 bucks. And the Seraph is 600 for one that I would actually buy. Which is it's like completely fair. The Seraph is great value for the money. It's just more than I would ever spend. So you're so close to 2K. I am. I mean, not the most close. Like 63 followers is a long ways from 2K on Instagram, especially when I've been growing at a rate of about maybe 100 followers every few months or every few weeks, or I haven't been looking at it that closely. But yeah, we're almost there. I just want to know how Ty shot up so fast. Like, Ty's at 26, I think. Yeah, Ty's at 26. I mean, it's probably because he posts more than I do, and he posts better stuff than I do. Yeah, Slift T goes hard without the weights. But I drilled the chatter for like an hour straight last night on the Slift T, and I have it kind of down. Have a good one, Rempel. I'm gonna leave you guys. Hey, you want to hear me rant about the Slift T? I'm gonna leave you guys with a blade bias video. I really have to go piss. Actually, I'll leave you with the Squiggle Scales video. Hey, it's carved. I usually skip the ads, but you can play it for a little bit because it's carved and I love carved. My final little message from the present before we return to the past. All right, and you guys go back into the depths of the backlog. As you can see right here, the wonderful Ted Flips has again left his mark on my collection. Wait, oh. Because if there's one thing that Ted enjoys more than flipping Balisongs, it's seeing leave it playing this stream. Wow, that just wouldn't Ted work. Sent out these. This is the Squiggle Scales Kraken Titanium Rehandle. And if you didn't know they exist, I really don't know how, because these things are one of the most sought after Kraken mods that I have seen. Just posting these on my story got me a few people who messaged me and been like, dude, I've been looking for those everywhere. How do you like them? Like, I've been wanting to get them for a long time. And I just want to make it very clear before we get into this video. You guys will understand why in a second. Blade bias is not reviews, and I need to make a video addressing this. Like, just fully explaining this. Blade bias isn't a review. It's in the name. We're biased about blades. So this is my own personal opinion. And if you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. I respect you, you respect me. Okay, deal? Let's go. I don't like them. And there's a few reasons why. I'm going to start off just by kind of talking about the, like, more objective facts of the Kraken rehandle. It makes the Kraken heavier. It makes the Kraken a bit more handle biased. And the machining on it isn't the greatest. Like, the overall comfort of it is good. It feels fine. But especially in these longer ovals right here, it's just very sharp and uncomfortable. And when you're replacing something like a Kraken handle, which is kind of like one of the most comfortable handles out there, subjectively, but like, I think a lot of people would agree that the Kraken is just a very comfortable Balisong. And when you're replacing those, I feel like anything that you do that is less comfortable is going to stick out like a sore thumb. And it really does. I wouldn't say it's bad by any means. Like, if this was just its own standalone Balisong, it would be fine. But when you compare it to the Kraken, it really stands out. And that's ultimately what my biggest problem with these rehandles are. But let's start with the flipping. Like, the flipping, it's a good flipper. I think it's a genuinely interesting, fun flipper. It's a bit more of like a standard old titanium design. It's a bit heavier. I would describe it as kind of handle biased. Certainly more weight in the handles than a standard Kraken, especially a standard. All right. So yeah, that was my take on the, I mean, I think you got the gist of my take on the Squiggle Kraken scales. Why is everything so, oh, I was going to say, why is everything so dreadfully quiet? That's why. Should I get a Serpent Striker V3? The Serpent Striker V3 is mid, but it's good. Like, if you like a pretty standard handle biased flipper, I think you would like the the Serpent Striker. But it's never really excelled to me. He gets Cameron, Ethan, and Tylenol to touch his collection by letting them try out his Balisongs, and he sells them for extra. That's so true. For a second, I thought you were gonna... It went through my head, Ted, but I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that on Blade Bias. Have you tried a live SSV3? I actually haven't. So maybe the SSV3 would be a little better with a live blade, but the trainer was just like... I had zippy inserts in the trainer, though, so... It's like, it's a very standard Bally. Does it come with the trainer and live blade? I think so. I think so. Maybe? Oh, it does? Okay, thank you, Junior. Yeah, it does. I was gonna say, I don't want to get it confused, because I know LDY it sends it with all their blades, but I didn't really know... I didn't really know if it was guaranteed. I had to go fight a bug for 10 minutes. What did I miss? I mean, you missed an intermission, so you actually didn't miss, like, terribly that much. Chat, I need to play more video games. I know that's a crazy thing to say, but I have so many games I need to finish. I need to finish Tears of the Kingdom. I need to finish the Achievement Hunting and Crab Champions. I need to finish the Ori playthrough that I started on stream. I gotta play Titanfall with a special someone. Do you know what's happening with LDY? I heard there's something weird going on with them. Define something weird. 1v1 in Halo? Do you want to do that? Yeah, I mean, I need to install it, so just tell me what game, but yeah, sure. Yeah, Steam sale. I'm gonna be honest, I have a few things that I'm targeting on the Steam sale, but I'm gonna get my car fixed, and then I'll go to the Steam sale. As far as I know, the thing isn't public, but it's enough that it's got Stitch recommending against them. Stitch recommending against LDY. That's strange. Did Stitch post this on his story or something? Like, what's the deal? Yeah, I can't really... You're asking me to make a judgment call on something I know literally nothing about. I trust Stitch, but I don't trust him enough to just... Oh, and Will's Discord server. I know it's a fair bit of behind the scenes knowledge of the LDY thing. I shouldn't specify what, but yeah, it's not looking good. Yeah, I need more info. I trust Stitch, but I don't trust him enough to just outright say, everyone stop buying LDY now, you know? Did you try a V2 Chimera? No, but I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I know that this is gonna sound like me just coping, and you know what? If you want to say that I'm coping, you can say that all the live long day. But I am slightly upset that Jerry Hom got to the retractable latch before I could get a chance to even design one. Because I have been thinking about doing a, like, the idea of a retractable latch that retracts into the spacer and provides enough weight in the handle to balance out the flipping experience has been in my head for over a year, if not longer. Like, I very distinctly remember coming up with, like, some sort of retractable latch design in my head, or not design, idea in my head back when I only had, like, trainers. So but yeah, I was like, damn. That obviously I was never going to do anything with it. Obviously, the guy who doesn't want to design a Balisong was never going to do anything with it, but it would have been really cool to give it to a maker who would have used it and been like, hey, what if you made a retractable latch that was only flippable when the latch was retracted in to provide weight in the handle, in the spacer, essentially, to make it balanced. So you took out enough weight in the spacer that the latch took up, and then when you put it back in the spacer, because no one's going to flip when the latch is out, because you can't do that, and then it's, like, balanced. And Ham got to it first, so fair. Be cool if the latch eventually gets made to be spring-based and retracts when you squeeze the bally. That would be cool. But I would... What I was thinking was a spring latch that just... You could just push it in, which I guess is essentially what Jerry did. I don't know if what you're saying would be possible, though. Because you would have to retract it... I don't know. Anyone know how many of the Hybel Funchucks made it out into the wild? 7. I believe he had 7 at Blade Show. Lucas Squid Industries owns one. Brandon owns one, and I don't know where the other 5 went. Would you buy a lightsaber Balisong? No. The same reason I wouldn't buy a double-sided Balisong. Lucas owns 2. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know how Lucas... so here's the latch. This part just, like, he's in the process of pushing it in, but I don't want to show you because YouTube Shorts suck, and if I lose this shot, I'll never be able to show it to you again. He'll probably make more, and also, those exist, like, the Funchucks exist as a concept elsewhere in the community, Horse, so you're probably good. What I really want, I'm really thinking about a paracord latch for my Slift T. Because I want a latch of some sort, because I'm legitimately EDCing the Slift T. And I've always loved the idea of doing the paracord latch inside the end of the Kraken handles. But now, since I've got the silver Damascus Kraken, the paracord just wouldn't look good. But the Slift T, if I got like a teal or a dark blue paracord, it could look pretty cool. So I kind of want to do a paracord latch on my Slift T. I think it would be fun. I don't know. Hey, I sent this 3 times. It's a bad idea to specify how many times you spammed a message. I sent you my Balisong design a few days ago, and I updated it. With all due respect, dude, you don't need to keep me updated on the day-to-day of your design if you said yourself that this isn't something that's going to be released. Like, I know you said you wanted to release it eventually, but you made it very clear that, like, this wasn't intended to be released for the very, like, for the very near future. So, as I said in the last stream, getting an opinion of someone who has no, like, my opinion doesn't matter. If you're the only one that's ever going to use it, that's cool, that's great, but you don't need feedback from me, you know what I mean? Slift T is in that perfect range of not so expensive you want to save queen it, but still quality enough you'd want to EDC it. That's why I love it so much. It's the Slift T really just does come down to the fact that price to performance goes crazy. You don't use your bally buckle? I do use my bally buckle, but the bally buckle is more of a permanent solution. The bally buckle is for when I have my Slift T in my pocket and I don't intend on taking it out that often. Whereas I would like a paracord latch so I can just throw it in my pocket and I know I can take it out relatively easily. You know what I mean? Like the bally buckle is, I'm going to go out for the day. I'm going to put my Slift T in the bally buckle because I don't intend on taking it out that much. Whereas we had a get together with my family the other day and I had my Slift T and I kept taking it out of my pocket, but like putting it in and out of my pocket with the bally buckle was just like really annoying. It was just like getting so fidgety. That's a time when I would have just rather had like a paracord latch or something, because the Slift T, the tip on the Slift T is so sharp that like it opening in my pocket and cutting me as I put my hand in to grab it is a genuine concern of mine. Normally I wouldn't be scared of that because like the Empusa doesn't have a crazy tip. The Raken doesn't have a crazy tip, but the Slift T genuinely does. Punk Band's the same issue. What up, Bally Socks? But yeah, I still use my bally buckle pretty much every day. What up, Bally Socks? How you doing? What up, Tuba? Ugh. I would still like to know. Okay, I'll do it. Again, I'm not someone who wants like daily updates on your design. Just gonna be completely honest with you. I have to find your... Have a good one, forehead. Sleep well. I have to find your profile. Holy shit. Hey, look, that's me in the background. Also, focus. Focus exists on your camera. It's a tool that would benefit you quite heavily. Yeah, I just, it's the same thing, Chris. Your designs, your printing quality is just not there. Like, this is a very, very, very rough print that some companies wouldn't even find suitable for like a prototype. I'm just being honest with you. What up, Em? So your number one thing to work on, Chris, is print quality. because your designs are interesting. I like the idea of this. I like the idea of, I don't know if I like the idea of this, but sure. It's interesting. How about that? It's interesting. I will give you that. It looks blade biased as hell, but who knows? Maybe tungsten weights. Like, tungsten weights sometimes do like a shit ton and sometimes they don't. Unless it's not tungsten, then that would also work. But just like the one thing is like this print quality is just not it. You have any info on the next Calico drop is? I do not know, I'm sorry. It's a lot of red. Yeah, red for Ted. I've already seen most of your Edit Lite videos. I was wondering how it feels to flip. You've seen most of my Edit Lite videos, but you're asking me a question that can be answered in most of my Edit Lite videos. I like your shirt. Thanks, Em. As a rugged print for bally men. But yeah, it's an interesting design. I'll give you that. I will give you that. Ow, that really hurt my ribs. There BC some in the handles too, but thanks. Some in the handles? Weights? Yeah, I mean, I can see the weights in the handles. Also, just like for photos, if you want to show off your design, you really do need some better photos, because this is, I can't tell what's going on in half of these photos. Like, I'm not a photographer. I never claimed. I'm not a fighter. I never claimed to be a fighter. But like your framing and your focus especially, I really can't tell what's going on. Anyway. You're not an insider. You're not an insider. I don't know why people ask when X Balisong is dropping again. I mean, it literally says in the description, like, that is one of the FAQ questions. When is insert Balisong here coming out? I'm a normal guy, not an insider. I have no more info than you do. I will be honest with you. It's not completely true. I will be honest. I'm more of an insider now than I was when I made that FAQ. I'll be completely... Yeah, Squid didn't make me sign anything. I can say this. I knew about the Kraken Trainer V3 before they announced it. Like 2 or 3 weeks. So, like, yeah, in some ways, I am an insider, but at the same time, I leave that in the description because most of the time what people want info on is when's the next drop, which the answer is I don't know. I'm not, like, I don't work with the company, you know? I'm not sitting there and Tay's like, hey, I'm gonna drop on this date, so I don't do that. And then also, most of the time when someone asks, like, let's say someone asked, hey, do you think, is Squid gonna reblade the Kraken Trainer? I know about it, but you guys don't. I can't say yes, because that would break Squid's trust, you know? So most of the time when someone answers that, my answer is going to be no, I don't know, because I can't tell you, or I genuinely don't know. So I leave it in the in the FAQ for that reason. What'd you think of the Kraken with the Weehawk blade? I thought it was better than the normal Kraken. It was like the Kraken, but more fun. I'm gonna go grind Minecraft. That's based. I hope you have fun. But yeah, it's like, by all intents and purposes, I am not an insider. I think most makers would also tell you about their drops if you ask. I assume by you, Kumi, you mean like the person in chat and not me. Because yes, I've asked I've asked Dalen, like, hey, what's your next drop for the Slip T? Actually, no, I really didn't. I asked him info once he announced it. But yeah, like most makers will tell you things if you ask. Especially about drops. Like that's a very... Is there any other difference in the rounded out handles in the Prisma V2? Speaking of asking, I'm going to DM Dalen right now. I want to know, is it the Prisma V2 or the Prisma Pro? Yeah, aiming broadly for everyone. Makers are very open. I mean, sure, there's some cases where it's like, yeah, that's something that they don't want people to know about because they're working on it and it's secret or like whatever. But yeah, thank you. I hear that idiom mispronounced way too frequently. What? I've heard Prisma Pro officially. No, but that's... See, this is the thing. Look, Tuba. This is the thing. Oh, intents and purposes. Yeah, because people like on r/boneapple always say intensive purposes. It's not intensive purposes. It's all intents and purposes. But also, it's like people say it so fast that it's kind of like oh, there's another one. Like, when you say something fast, it just comes out and it sounds like something else. BB Barfly announces Superfly. Yeah, we talked about it the other day. I think it looks... I'm going to be honest, it looks kind of goofy, but it looks really cool. What up, Sully? Is there any other difference? It's slightly more handle biased. It's got the round handles. It's got a different texture pattern, and it's more expensive. So essentially just different balance round handles. Oh right, tuba. So tuba, look at this. Right here, purple V2 Prisma. Right here. Nope, that's not it. Right here, Prisma Pro. Right here, Prisma Pro. Oh wait, you can't see this one. Prisma Pro. And then the biggest offender of all. Offender, I hardly know her. If we go to MachineWise's website, Prisma V2. Which one is it? I need to know which one it is. Is it the Prisma V2 or is it the Prisma Pro? Because Dalen also just like called it the Prisma Pro at Blade Show, so that's always what I think of it as. I say the Prisma Pro, but everyone else says the Prisma V2. Also, he released the Slift T that's teal on the inside and raw on the outside the week after I buy a Sarah or a Slift T. But I'm not mad because my Slift T genuinely looks better. But this one also looks really cool. Like, look at how cool this looks. Holy shit. But I just want to know, is it Pro or V2? Ethan, it's the Marin Lite V3. See, that doesn't even make sense though, because the Prisma Pro is more of a Marin V2 than the Prisma ever was. Is it worth the extra money? I think it is. I think it flipped amazingly at Blade Show. But that doesn't mean that the Prisma itself is bad, you know? I've never touched an ultralight, but I can't imagine it being a better buy over the Prisma V2. It's not, but the ultralight is good. Like, I liked it. Kind of like famous sayings being incomplete, thus they change the original meaning. Jack of all trades, master of none is often better than master of one. Yeah. Also, didn't Bally... I swear I saw Balisong said something. We called it the V2 for a while because we were going to completely get rid of the V1. But then we decided to keep the V1 around, so it's the Prisma Pro. What your websites... Okay, so it should be the Prisma Pro. Okay. That makes sense. But the Prisma Pro, I really would like to buy one, because a review of this and comparing it to the original, especially because they're being sold at the same time, I think would be the perfect way to finally review the original Prisma. I never reviewed the Prisma because I didn't have much to say about it. Like, it was good. There's not much to... You can't really make a review of a Balisong just saying it's good, because, like, that doesn't tell anyone anything. The Opus is currently on hiatus. Oh, shit. This is a really cool Opus, though. Main reason I didn't buy the V1 is because the handles look so aggressive. The handles are aggressively blocky. I wouldn't say aggressively blocky, but they're very square. And now the Pro, like, fixes that, and the Pro fixes the weird balance. The Pro is, like, a more light handle bias. It's a more standard flipping Prisma. Like, it just flips really good. For the love of God, you have to convince Dalen to offer unsharpened serifs. Yeah, I mean, if you ask him, I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would listen. Dalen's a chill guy. What blade is on your Swift T? I think it's just machine finish. There's only one Damo machine-wise Bally. Yeah, and it's that damn Swift T he gave to Lucas. Would you be able to put a Serif blade on Prisma handles? Yeah. Dalen's entire platform, Dalen's entire product lineup currently is compatible with the Marin platform. So anything in this list is compatible with each other. The Opus, the Swift T, the Prisma, and the Marin. Oh, wait. Where's the Serif in that list? Okay, the Serif is in that list, though. Tumbled. Okay, it's tumbled then. Because it's not stonewashed, but it's also not... It's definitely not Dama. So, tumbled. New Serif... Yes, new Serifs only. Thank you for... That is a good point. Also, how many people are going to sleep on the inverse Sunset Serif? This thing has been in stock for like 2 weeks. If I didn't already have 5. Okay, you're excused. I did ask Dalen several times over the last 6 months, LeMayo. No, dude. Socks. Do not be discouraged. The inverse sunset is so cool. I couldn't tell you why people are sleeping on it. We don't sell live blades unsharpened, unfortunately. Oh. Kind of doesn't... I'll be honest, it kind of doesn't make sense, considering... That's a really cool fade. Damn. Dark blue to light blue. That's such a cool fade. Yeah, the inverse sunset is ridiculously cool. I also, speaking of sunset, that just reminds me, I'll be honest, chat. I think the Slift T purchase might have been the final nail in the coffin for the Nemesis. I'm not saying anything like guaranteed. I'm not saying to send me offers or anything, but I really do think that the Nemesis is on its last legs in my collection. Because I picked it up, I was flipping the Slift T for a while last night, and then I went and I picked up everything else in my collection, and like, it was great. Like, the Kraken was fun. Oh, the Kraken was fine, but I can never sell that thing because it's too beautiful. The Empusa is amazing. The Prisma's fun, and then I picked up the Nemesis, and it was just like, it just reeked of, this is what I used to like, but this is no longer what I like. You know? It just reminded me how much my preferences has changed. Because there's just like, there's so many hot spots of weight. It's kind of heavy. It's just like, I don't know. I just don't feel much for it anymore. I used to love it. I still do love the design. The design is my favorite part of it. The trainer blade. One of the coolest trainer blades I've seen, besides like static stuff and the Medusa trainer. But I don't know, it's just, I think of like, oh, I could get $300 for this and put it towards something else. I don't know what something else would be. It probably wouldn't be Balisongs, to be completely honest with you. Because I'm really content right now with the Slift T. I'm going to wait for my blade bias payment to come in next month. And then I'm going to buy an Orion, and then I'm going to be set. Like, I'm going to be fine. And the Nemesis is just like, I can't get rid of it. It's like the Glide. It's like the Arctic. Do I flip the Arctic that much anymore? Not really. But I certainly can't get rid of it. It's too nostalgic. And I feel like that for the Nemesis, but at the same time, if someone held me at gunpoint and said you had to sell a Balisong, I would probably say, okay, take the Nemesis, you know? Ted, did your Nemesis sell yet? That's what the Prisma Pro did to my Kraken. The Kraken, I will be honest, if I didn't have a Damascus Kraken, I probably would have already sold the Kraken. The Bowie Kraken is just boring. It doesn't carry as much momentum as I want it to. It's just like, eh. I flip the Kraken and I just go, eh, you know? Is the Edit Lite still your favorite plastic Bally? I would say so. I think the Calico comes in really close. And the Cycloid V2 is pretty good as well. But the Edit Lite just continues. I continue to pick it up and be surprised by how much I enjoy it. Traded it for a dual-tone red Bowie Kraken and a Tally Z trainer. Oh, nice. But yeah, it's just like the Nemesis just ain't doing it for me anymore. It's kind of gone down the way of like my Vulp. I got the Vulp for free from Nibali, so I can't sell it. But like, I don't really flip it. If I did buy it, I probably would have sold it maybe. I mean, it's 60 bucks. I don't really care about getting the money back out of it, even if I did purchase it. The Arctic, I don't flip that much, but when I do flip the Arctic, I really enjoy it, and it's like, it's really great. And I could never sell it because, you know, it was what got me into this hobby, so like, the Arctic just holds a special place in my heart. The Prisma is still really good, and I wouldn't even sell the Prisma to buy a Prisma Pro because I would rather own the Prisma and the Prisma Pro so that I could compare them in a video. I think that'd be a really good video. The Empusa is genuinely really good. Even though its flipping style isn't exactly for me, I can still enjoy flipping it. The Kraken is too beautiful. It's just like... the Nemesis just like falls to the bottom of my list now. The Kuno's really good. I'll be honest in saying that I haven't flipped the Kuno a terribly high amount because I'm specifically trying to focus on Balisongs that have a bite side and a non-bite side so I can genuinely get better at live blades. So that's the reason I haven't flipped the Edit Lite, the Kuno, any symmetrical design that I haven't flipped that much because I'm trying to be better. And I know I could put a bite handle indicator on it, but the Kuno is so light that a bite handle indicator genuinely affects how it flips. Kraken V3 or wait for Prisma. I would pick the Prisma every day of the week. The Prisma is just a far more interesting experience. If you want a more standard experience, get the Kraken V3. The Kraken V3 is not bad by any means. It is just very standard. It's a cookie cutter handle bias flipper, you know? I'm very sentimental over my things. Yeah, I'm super sentimental about the Nemesis. Especially like the design of the Nemesis is still genuinely fantastic to me. Like the whole pattern, the texture, the trainer blade, especially the feel in the hand, it's great. I love it. But then I flip it and I'm just like, it's just so mid, you know? And I used to love this because it genuinely matched my preferences so well. But my preferences have changed, and flipping the Nemesis shows me just how much they really have changed. Thin handles really aren't my thing anymore. Heavier Balisongs really aren't my thing anymore. I mean, this is 4.3 ounces, 4.2 ounces. The Slift T is 4.0. Oh, I also want a squid trainer. I forgot to add that earlier. Because V2, yeah, V2 NEM has speed channels. And I'll be honest, like, I still have yet to get as excited about a Balisong than when NRB first sent me a video of the NEM V2 and I heard that it had a ring. The amount of excitement that I had when he sent me that video was unmatched to anything else besides maybe the Damascus Kraken. Is it bad that the Slift T is one of my least favorite machine-wise valleys? No, not at all. I mean, it's preference at the end of the day. I think I would agree with you in the fact that the Slift T has the least personality out of all of Dalen's Balisongs, but that's kind of like I'm looking for like a more standard flipper, you know? I'm looking for a more standard competitive flipper that's still kind of fun, and the Slift T fits that perfectly. I remember when the Nemesis was your favorite trainer. Yeah, no, I do too. I mean, but now it's like whenever I pick up a trainer, I would pick up the, in this order, Sirius V2, Prisma V1, Kuno over it, you know? But it sucks because like I can't bring myself to sell it either. Probably because I haven't reviewed it yet. I think if I make a review on the Nemesis, I'll feel a little bit better about it. Because then at least I'll put something into the world. Because I've never done any content on the main channel about the Nemesis. I think actually genuinely what I would do, trade the Nemesis for a silver Squid Trainer V4 plus an Orion comb blade, or an Orion with a comb blade, plus cash, because I don't think that's equal at all in terms of trade value. I think I would do that. Just to document for history. I think that's what's hanging me up on wanting to sell it. Because, like, I've wanted to make a review about it for so long. I've loved it for a year, you know? But yeah, I think that might be it. I don't think it matters that it's not in production. I'm not someone who really cares about making relevant reviews. I just want reviews. Like, I want someone to see why I like a knife, and if someone uses that in the future reference, great. Otherwise, it's just entertainment value. Perfect, that's fine. Making a review on a relevant Balisong is far down on my list of priorities. So, like, I do want to make a review of it. I don't know what I would say, though. How do you review a Balisong that you've loved for so long, but then just recently left your top 3 list? You know? What up, Kyle? How you doing? If the Prisma V1 trainer is my favorite flipper, what would you put closer to it in terms of flipping? I mean, the Prisma is very unique. Any tips on writing a college essay? Later, no limits. Have a good one. A college essay... I'll be honest, I didn't have to write a college essay for the places I applied. They had done away with that requirement because of the pandemic, and they just wanted people to apply, so they took away all that stuff. ChatGPT, don't do ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a very, very... When you write an essay with ChatGPT, it's very obvious. Are you going to be at Blade Show West? Unfortunately not. I can't swing going to West this year. People keep wanting my advice, but I'm still a low-end intermediate flipper. The problem is, Kumi, you've tried so much. Most people just want to hear opinions. They don't really care how good of a flipper you are. They just want to hear about a knife that they like, you know? And since most of them are expensive, having someone have experience with those is pretty rare. Is Ty going to be there? No, Ty isn't going to be there either. East is going to be our game for a while. Maybe someday I'll be able to go to West, but at the same time, I don't even know if I would want to go to West, because the experience of East is already so special, I wouldn't want to, like, desaturate it by going to West and going to all the other Blade shows. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to oil the Nemesis. Because the Nemesis is legitimately a Balisong that transforms once you put some oil in it. So maybe it's just dry. Maybe that's why I'm so mid on it. Yes, east is the Atlanta one. East is Atlanta, west is Salt Lake City, Texas is Texas. Y'all remember the rattling I was talking about in my Antarctic? I dumped lube on it and then dropped it a bunch and it stopped rattling. So essentially what you're saying is that it was dry and the tolerance is degraded so that it was rattling. Okay. I gave you advice thinking that you had already put lube on it. I already put lube on it? Well, the thing about glider is that their tolerances are pretty tight, so lube doesn't really get into all the places that it should for a while. It takes 24 hours, sometimes re-lubing, sometimes even loosening the screws for glider to really have lube properly set in. Blade Show's absolutely worth a 4-hour drive retrack. Absolutely. I think the Arctic is a very good dry flipper. It's the one Balisong that I would flip dry because it doesn't really sound better when you put lube in it. Yeah, Blade East is worth a 4. To give you some perspective, I'm thinking of doing a 13-hour drive for Blade East next year. So I think it's absolutely worth a 4-hour drive. Hell, Ty and I made a 7.5-hour drive to Blade East this year. Okay. Ooh. Right on the headphone. It made a difference. I like it a little bit. I like it more. Yeah, it made a pretty good difference. It's just like the Nemesis still definitely has dropped off my list of top 3 probably. Top 3 trainers currently are probably Sirius V2, Prisma V1, Kuno. And then if we're talking any trainers, it goes Squid Trainer, Prisma Pro, Sirius V2. Is it a multi-day thing or is most of the stuff mainly on Saturday? Nope, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want to buy something, you need to be there on Friday or Saturday because usually if they separate out their inventory for the rest of the weekend, it will only be on Friday and Saturday. But if you don't want to buy anything, it's all 3 days. Like, the whole, the community is there mostly all 3 days. I mean, there's some people that only come for 1 day, but most of the big guys that you'd want to talk to, the makers, Will, Brandon, are there all weekend. Yeah, Utah, Texas, Georgia. Atlanta, Salt Lake City, and I admittedly don't know where Texas is, because Texas, I think, is the low-key. The most low-key of all the Blade shows. What's the max you'd spend on a Bally? The Sliff T, that's the reason I got the Sliff T, is because the Sliff T is about at the line of what I would spend on a Bally. For right now. At my current financial situation, it's gonna increase. Like, when I get a job eventually and I have, like, spending money, it's gonna go up. But for right now, the max I would ever spend on a Balisong is about 500, and that's after I sell a few things in my collection. Which is why I like the Sliff T so much. That should give you some insight into why I like the Sliff T, because the Seraph, the Opus, the Tsunami aren't really in my price range. So even though I like them better than the Sliff T, I don't consider them because I would never buy them, you know? If you want a Seraph for 5... If I ever... Here's the thing. Squarely in Fellowship Blades territory, precisely, because my Empusa, I would pay to have my Empusa. If Grant told me, hey, homie, I want $600 for you to keep your Empusa. Not 600. Hey, homie, if you want, I want $500 and you get to keep your Empusa. I'd be like, well, that's kind of shitty, but I would pay him, you know? Kind of weird that you let me have it for 6 months and then now you want me to pay, but okay, I'll give you money. You know what I mean? The Seraph is really good. Don't get me wrong. I love the Seraph. I love the Opus. It's just my collection. I would rather have multiple cheaper Ballies than condense it into one more expensive Bally, you know? Also, Kumi, I would love a Seraph for 500, but that would require me to sell either my Sliff T or my Nemesis. It's more of a value thing. If all of the value in my collection is squarely centered on like one Balisong, it kind of takes away the specialness, you know? Because I like variety. I would never want, or sorry, I shouldn't say. If I have to shrink my collection to buy a more valuable Balisong, that's not worth it to me because I like variety. I like flipping my whole collection. I like saying, you know what? I'm a little bored of the Edit Lite today. I'm going to go flip the Calico instead. I'm waiting for someone to let a Seraph or Opus trainer go for 300. Yeah, you'll probably be waiting a while there. And you'll be dealing with a horrendously beat one, probably. Because at the end of the... As if I haven't explained myself enough already. If you gave me a choice between buying a single Seraph for... What does a Seraph go for non-blem? 700? Okay, 700 is way too much. Let's say 600. 600 for a Seraph. Would you spend 600 on a Seraph, or would you rather get a Squid Trainer, Orion, Prisma Pro... Squid Trainer's 160, Prisma Pro 160. That's 320. Orion is 100, 420, and then an Edit. I would rather have those four, 1, 2, 3, yeah, those four over the Seraph. But eventually I'll own a Grail. I'm not going to go into Balisongs and be flipping for 5 years and then never have a Grail. I'll buy a Seraph, I'll buy an Opus, I'll buy whatever crazy thing Dalen has out eventually. I just need a pretty good paying job for that one. What would you say is the most bang for your buck Bally? The Prisma. Prisma Pro. Genuinely. Prisma Pro punches so high above its weight class, it's insane. Also, just like the Slift T. The Slift T is genuine good bang. Anything machine-wise is going to be really good bang for your buck. The Orion is really good bang for your buck. The Nabali stuff is okay bang for your buck. The Squid Trainer, I think now that it has bushings, is pretty good bang for your buck, although I wouldn't really call the rest of Squid's lineup bang for the buck, really. The Vortex. I wish NRB still made the Vortex, because the Vortex is also really good value. I just got a Slift T because I liked it. I'm not saying that the only reason to like the Slift T is its price to performance. I'm just saying that's one of the big reasons I do. The Slift T is genuinely good on its own. Remember seeing a post that said he had more plans for the Prisma Pro? Yeah, he does. Oh, he does. Could be Live Blade or maybe TI Trainer. Probably not, because then it would just be the Slift T. And also a Live Blade, you can get a Seraph, Slift T, Opus, Live Blade and put it on a Prisma. In fact, that was something at Blade Show I flipped that I really liked, was a rebladed Prisma. Dalen has plans for a new trainer blade. Does he have plans, or did he just express interest in doing it? Because as far as I know, he's only expressed interest in doing it. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, he's only expressed interest in doing it. He said he's got plans to me, but he didn't specify how far in the process he is. Okay. I mean, I would love to see, like, I think most people can agree that the Prisma blade is just kind of boring. Is that pocket on your shirt real or printed? It's printed. I couldn't make a shirt. I couldn't print on a shirt that had a pocket. For some reason, I don't exactly remember why, but I couldn't do it, so I just printed the design on. In a perfect world, when I eventually release a final version of this shirt, it would be a real pocket with decks in there. But I don't know how plausible that would be. Yeah, because I think as cool as the Prisma Blade is, it doesn't really work in the Seraph or Opus. Looks good, though. Thank you. Thank you. Unfortunately, this design will never see the light of day because it is not quality enough, but, you know. No plans for it. I'd rather put effort into a dedicated trainer for higher end of stuff. I don't get that. I think I've said this before on stream. I don't get that, though. Isn't not sharpening the blade just, like, less work? obviously, I'm just speaking out of my ass. I don't really know what it's like to make a Balisong or the process or anything like that. I think the Seraph Trainer is good. It's surprisingly close to the balance of a normal Seraph. It just looks really weird. Which is why Grant offers unsharpened at a slightly cheaper price. Maybe we're just missing something in the process. Maybe, because as far as I'm aware, Squid has the same ideas. I've heard of people asking Squid for an unsharpened Kraken, and they said they just didn't want to, you know? Yeah, the Prisma Blade just looks off. You guys see that? Look at this green. Look at this green. It's such a nice green. It's such a pleasant green. Oh my god. Ty should do a video on how he dulls his blades properly. I don't think Ty does dull his blades. I think he just uses them until they get dull. Like my Kraken is kind of just at the point where it's been used enough that it's just kind of dull. Because I know he's got that dulled Kraken, but unless I'm forgetting what he said in his video, he said he got it like that. He said the person that he got it off of had dulled it or something like that. Here's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I just reorganized my head. Here we go. My reviews that on my main channel, I like because I write them how I want to. I talk about what I want to talk about. I have like all the things that I have to say, all the values that my reviews bring are in the script. But why put all that time into a main channel video when I could just as easily put it into a blade bias video and people would enjoy it more, you know? Whereas before it was like I was really excited about doing new shots and doing new ideas and new flips, and it's, yeah, you know? But now that I'm limited to filming in my backyard, because you guys have to understand, it's way different going out in public and filming a Balisong video with a dedicated cameraman that's with you. It makes it seem a lot more legit versus just setting up a tripod and doing it yourself. So just doing it myself, I found it really difficult to get excited about doing the shots. I am really excited about the shots that I did in my Squiddy A video about in my apartment on that little like wooden table. You know the ones I'm talking about, the ones that were like lit really well and it was like shot. I'm excited about that. But the problem with it is I can't really get excited about the outside stuff because it's just my backyard now. I'm not going to go flip a live blade out in public when I don't have a cameraman, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna nuke the stream afterwards. I was planning on doing it already because the giveaway was like, I didn't want people to think that that's going to be a normal thing here. But now, especially after that, yeah, this stream is definitely going to go into the private and possibly even deleted. Ethan, you're by far one of the most passionate people in this community and are adding an absolute fuck ton of great vibes and informative content. I appreciate that you think that, Brandon. I really appreciate that you think that. I'm not feeling it in my main channel. Like, on my main channel, I'm super excited about this B-roll. This stuff I think is so good. Like, certainly the best that I have done on YouTube yet. With help from Brandon with the lighting and the camera stabilization and all that, and just like the shot composition. Like, I think it's really good. I don't think it's perfect. I'm not saying I'm like on Will's level with this shit, but I got really excited about this. The problem is you can't make an entire video inside. You're gonna have to go outside and you're gonna have to flip it, and that's where my problem comes in. Because why would I spend all the time writing a script for a video when I could literally just make a blade bias video, say everything I want to say, and it would get more views anyway? And the views aren't a huge part of it. I really, ever since I came into this community, I've been very clear that I don't give a shit about views, and that is true. But it's more of an effort. When the effort to get the final product is half an hour of recording versus 8 hours of editing, it's a little difficult to motivate myself to get it done, you know? When I could just slap a camera on my head, talking for 10 minutes, and put that same exact thing out there. Blade Bias isn't a review because it's not scripted, but a lot of my thoughts still stand, you know? But at the same time, my heart also does lie with my main channel. Blade Bias is great, but Blade Bias is not a creative outlet. I need a creative outlet. Not often. Before I did Balisong YouTube, I released a YouTube video steadily about once a year because I would need that creative outlet. So Blade Bias isn't a creative outlet because there's nothing creative going on. Like Kumi said, it's a brain dump. But since I don't have anyone to do the camera, I don't have anyone who's a bit more knowledgeable about shot composition and all that, like Ty anymore, going out and setting up a tripod in my backyard is much less exciting than going out with your best friend to a location and flipping and fucking around for 2 hours. So that's kind of why my main channel sat so silent lately, because I'm just finding it really difficult to find my place. My place, I know my place. It's analytical, informative. Move to Thai City. I have way too many financial obligations up in New York. You know, like school that costs tens of thousands of dollars a semester to attend. But it's like, I want to do the main channel reviews. I want to talk about how much I love the Slift T. I want to discuss the Kuno. I want to talk about the Edit Lite. I want to have that creative outlet. But I can't just go outside and set up a tripod anymore. It's getting so repetitive and boring, and I'm sure it is for you guys too. The inside shots are doing great, and I'm still really proud of the inside shots on the edit, and maybe I can show you guys some of the... I've got some B-roll for the Empusa and the Kuno, and I am really happy with it. But it's handheld, and it's not me flipping, and you need the flipping portion. And it's like, I'm so annoyed. I don't know what to do, but at the same time, it's like, you know? You know? I don't think you know. I don't think I'm doing a very good job at... Where did I put all that B-roll? Uh-oh. Mass video storage? Is it on my... Please tell me it's here. Camera backup. Here it is. It's in camera backup. Yeah, like, look at this. Like, I'm going to show you... I want to show you guys a very specific That's not it. That's certainly not it. There it is. Like, just look at this. Just don't read it or show it to stream. Wait, what? Having that second body and energy there to bounce off of would increase motivation and drive. It absolutely would, but I don't have anyone like that anymore. I don't know. Never forget that your dreams are not worth fighting for. What? I don't know what that means. But like, look at this. Like, I'm really proud of this. I think this is really nice. I got this fucking beautiful Empusa. Oh, you guys can't even see half of it. I got this beautiful Empusa over here. I got the sun flaring in the background. Like, I like this. I think this is cool. I think it's great, actually. The Empusa is beautiful. It needs a little color correction, but, like, this is cool. Oh, Instagram DMs? I got you, Brandon. I haven't even looked at Instagram. But then in the same video where I'm doing things like that, you have, where is it? And like, look at the Empusa in this fucking footage. Look at it. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my... It's not very color accurate. I'll give you that. Like, this isn't really what it looks like in person. But you know what? Who fucking cares? It's gorgeous. And then you look at the flipping clip that I have for that same Empusa video. And it's like... Where is the flipping clip for the Empusa video, actually? They're not... Okay, wait. View... Content. No. View large icons? View extra large icons. Pyro, what up? Look at this. Like, look at this Kuno footage. Look at the fucking sky in the background. And now we've got like this area outside. I have to deal with the low lighting, but like this area outside that's all lit up, it looks amazing. And the sky in the background, if I end up using any of this footage in the Kuno video, I fully intend to get the Kuno modded to match this fade in the sky in the background. But then you go look at the flipping footage. This is too dark, but this was just a test anyway. Like, look at this place that my parents built. It's like this beautiful little, like, fire pit. But then you go to the flipping footage. God damn it. Where's the flipping? There it is. And it's just the same old shit. And I'm just so bored of it. And I don't know what to do because none of my family knows how to operate a camera in the way that I would want it to be operated. None of my family has ideas like Ty would have. Ty would have told me, hey, go over there, do this. And now I'm just stuck putting a tripod down and just like kind of flipping. And it's like, how can I get excited? That was clean. Damn. How can I get excited about this? I don't know. I can get excited about my handheld B-roll all that I want. Look at this shot. I really like this shot. Just a very simple light on the pole with the like sky in the background. I think this is really cool. I'm someone who's so... It's so cringe because I'm someone who so desperately wants to be like a photographer or like someone who makes more artistic content, and yet I'm just not there to be able to do it. You know? I'd highly recommend using your telephoto lens more. What do you mean telephoto? Is that ultra wide? Have a good one, Shameful. Good to see you again. You just sliced a fly in midair with your Seraph? What the hell? That B-roll looks awesome. Thanks, Brandon. Your most zoomed in lens? I'm working with a phone. That was my telephoto lens. Like, I'm working with the DJI Pocket 2 and my phone. I should probably use my phone for the darker shots at night. I guess also my camera equipment just isn't there. But like, damn, look at the Empusa, man. I do really want to review this Balisong, but I have an S21. Not a slouch on the camera front by any means, but you can't really do... I don't think that's cringe at all. I don't think that's cringe at all, man. It just means you're trying to make good shit, even if you're not where you want to be yet. I guess. But it's just like, I really... Brandon, I would really enjoy if you could give me some insight on how you learn to do camera stuff. Because that's really what I need to just learn. The best way to use something, the tools that you have better, the most zoomed in lens in that camera is really solid. The most, wait, do you just mean the 1x or the 3x? Is there I thought the zoom on that camera was just digital. I mean, I guess I'm looking at my phone right now. It has 3 cameras. It's got the ultra wide, the 1x. I'm not exactly sure what the third camera does. I should know that, but I think all the zoom on the S21 is digital. But what... It's one thing for me to hear. I'm someone who also... I can also tell you that shooting stuff that doesn't have a background blur is very, very hard to get excited about. I think that's what it is. I think I do need a background blur. Because the stuff that Ty shoots is so cool, and like the stuff that I shoot is so not. I mean, I certainly think that what I'm doing here has its place, because you want to see... Actually, that's a pretty good amount of blur in the background, to be honest. But like this handheld stuff is pretty good. Just to show off the Balisong, but in shots like... Gosh, I'm just showing you guys the whole Empusa video, huh? Stuff like this, I could totally see the background being blurred helping this immensely. Or this, especially. Where's that shot? Yeah, like this, having a background blur would probably go insane. Foreheads are often overlooked, but they carry the weight of our thoughts and emotions. Cherish your forehead, for it symbolizes the strength of your mind and the depth of your soul. Well then, bro, my mind is strong and my soul is deep. Maybe that's the play. Maybe I sell the Nemesis and I buy a camera with a genuine camera. I'll still have the pocket to do like on the go stuff. I'll still have my phone. But maybe I get something that can actually record good stuff. Your telephoto mode on your phone isn't digital. That's what the third camera is. Wait, so how do I access it then? And also, would that help with background blur? I feel like this is the kind of conversation we would have to have in an audio call. This is a really poor way to have this conversation, but... But essentially all of that to say, literally just the 3x button. Oh, I thought that was digital zoom. I'm a fool. Shows you how much I know about fucking camera gear. Listen, I'm a tech guy. Can you tell I'm a tech guy at heart? I'm a tech guy. Does someone want to tell me why a blade bias video that I uploaded like a week ago just uploaded? This video already came out, right? Yeah, what the... Okay, that... YouTube, you can't hit me with that. That's like a scary thing to see. God damn! Past 3x is digital zoom. Oh. Oh. Yeah, can you tell I'm a tech guy first and foremost? I'm a tech guy first and foremost. I thought the third lens was for some sort of depth thing, for some technology that they had or some shit. But that would make sense. You have the zoom lens, and then you just digitally zoom in the zoom lens. Okay, so 3x could help. What would 3x help background blur? This is why I'm asking you, Brandon. To improve at filming Balisong, focus on steady hand movements, capture different angles and speeds, experiment with lighting, refine your techniques. Christmas, are you taking chat messages from ChatGPT? Because that message reads like a ChatGPT message. Oh, I know the S21 cameras are really good. Here's my secret. Here's my secret. My phone is constantly 2 gigabytes away from being full. So recording hours of B-roll for a video on my phone is usually not something that I am able to do. What the fuck, man? What, Tacky? What's the problem, Tacky? A tighter shot almost always has better background blur. Shooting in a manual mode can go a long way too, because phones usually have a default to raising the aperture when things are too bright, which greatly reduces background blur. Okay, Brandon, this is exactly what I need. It helps me to know, like, okay, switch to 3x and it will do this. But telling me why it would do that is so much better to help me understand the... Like, your lighting tutorial that you gave me was perfect because you told me what to do, but you also told me why to do it. And that's how I learn. I need to know why. I've learned that through school. My college, especially with coding, they just tell you how to do something. They don't really get into why you do it or what you like, you know what I mean? And it just doesn't go through my head as well. So I need a whole thing. I'm telling you to get Pro Shot. You can adjust everything, ISO, shutter speed, focus. Pyro, I'm going to tell you a secret. My phone camera can already do that built in with the phone. I'm not paying $7 for something that's already unlocked in my phone. Yes, my phone can do that. I've already shot videos like that. I can change shutter speed, ISO, manual focus, frame rate. The bottom camera in the S21 does physically move and zoom. Really? I need to look more on my phone. Samsung's manual mode is amazing. Pyro, what phone do you have? I really hope yours can't either, because if you tell me you have like an S22 or some shit, I'm gonna be like, Pyro, you're a fucking fool. Google Pixel 6. Pyro, you absolutely should have access to all of that, because Pixels are like, they're kind of known for like their cameras. Pixels, yeah, no. Google Pixel 6a camera manual mode. No, not the 6. No. Oh, wait. The manual. Wait, what? Is there no manual mode for the Pixels? Oh, there's no way Google put that much effort into making a good camera and then fucking shit out something without a manual camera mode. Pinch the screen while looking at the cameras. Kumi, I have never even thought to do that. I'm so happy that you are giving me ideas that I've never thought to do. Also, Brandon, you said you very much have the knowledge of what looks good and what doesn't, but the next step is learning why it looks good. Exactly. I need to know why. No one has... That's why... Where do you go, Brandon? Where can I go to learn this stuff? Pixel camera is actually extremely well known because of the computational photography it does, not manual stuff. Oh. Okay. Have a good night, Spooderman and Jay. Okay. I'll be completely honest. I'm not extremely familiar with the Pixel, but I know that they just have like a good camera mode. Oh yeah, you don't have any control over that whatsoever. Em, are you guys playing Valorant? Why are you guys telling me what? No one ever asked. No one ever told me why they're saying what the fuck to me. There's a few good breakdowns on YouTube and Shill Scare. I don't know, are we? I don't know. I DM'd you? Are you still playing though? That's what I'm asking. You DM'd me like an hour ago. Hi Ted, how are you? You need Pro Shot to do all that stuff. Yeah, they hide it from you. I'll be on it. Like, in my phone, I have to go into a settings menu and then enable something and then add, like, widgets to the phone menu. But I have access to all of that. Like, my, the blade bias thumbnails are done entirely in my phone. Like, that's a raw picture that my phone gets. This is, I'll be honest with you, it's not like, this isn't the background blur that you get straight out of the phone. It's a mode that, like, scans everything and then blurs anything that isn't the foreground. But it's still, this is all still raw photos from the camera. I'm also just now realizing that this video didn't properly, the Slift TV2 thumbnail didn't properly blur the background. Because you can actually make out like the fine lines in like the table and the green, but then like here there's no fine lines in my case up there. So that didn't properly blur. That sucks. Dude, Ty figuring out we could do this shit was the biggest hack ever. And now there are people on YouTube who genuinely like kind of emulate the style. I've seen a few people who do head-mounted Balisong videos who do like the blurred background camera or knife up there. Which I don't want to say we created, but... Camera being semi-manual in the S21 has made me decide on it over the Pixel. Turns out 64MP is very high res. I'm not denying that the cameras are high res. It's just the stuff that I want to, like if we just take a look at Ty's channel, the stuff that he does, like this stuff. No, not this stuff. No, fucking hell. Like, look at the blur on the background there. You can't get with a phone camera. iPhone kicks ass. I hate Apple. I concede they do make the best thing in their respective market. Disagree. Their software is actively, it's a walled garden or a prison. The specs of their, no, actually no. They make a lot of things that are good. I will not deny that Apple is good, but I will deny that they are bang for the buck, well priced, and friendly to the consumer. They have better cameras, better frame rate, all the specs are better. Yeah, sure, but then they make the most lockdown OS known to man. I DM'd you a great video I watched a while ago. That's great starting video for photography tips. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Brandon. I genuinely think if I can learn a little bit more about camera stuff, then maybe I can get excited about making videos in my backyard. Maybe I can make this whole main channel thing work. Beaver, I can copy the link and send it to you. Oh. Okay. Yeah, how about that? I'll post a link in chat. I would here, you guys can have the link in chat. There you go. It's not like this is some secret thing. There you go. Have fun. Have at it. With the expectation of teaching you more of the ropes and going from there, because that's how Will and I started. Oh, I missed another message. Sorry. If we were in a better financial place and you were willing, I would hire you to join our video making team. Bro, why are we talking about money? Why the fuck are we talking about money? with the expectation of teaching you more of the ropes and going from there, because that's how Will and I started too. Brandon, why are we talking about the exchange of money? Just the experience of that would be plenty payment enough, because then I could actually enjoy making main channel videos again. It's taken me a long time to admit this to myself, but another big reason I haven't uploaded... Oh, you would have to move here. Ah. Yeah, there's the problem. I thought we were talking about, like, editing or something. Okay, no. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, no, that would definitely... that would definitely be something, huh? I wouldn't even be able to. Like, I am... like, college... I am so in debt to college that finishing it is the only fucking answer. No. Moving is not the answer. Finishing college and getting a job is the answer. That's the answer, because then I'll have money to do things, and I'll have the degree at least. So then all of this money that I've been shitting into the toilet won't be for fucking nothing. Don't get me started on a college rant right now. I will rant for hours. I mean, yeah, possibly editing or making your own videos for the channel, but we wouldn't ask you to do that all for free. No. I would never... Okay. I would love to make my own video for your channel, but my quality of gear would never get up to the level that you guys would expect, so I would expect that that would never happen. But genuinely, any sort of, like, let's call it an unpaid internship would be genuinely helpful for me, because the ability to love making main channel videos again is worth more than the money ever would be. Genuinely. I've always been someone who said, if I don't love what I'm putting out, and if I don't, like, genuinely enjoy making videos, then I'm not going to force myself to make videos. And that's kind of why I haven't made too many videos lately. Because I've gotten into the stint of I'm forcing myself to do it because people want to see it. And that's not how you make good videos. You make good videos... You make good videos by being passionate and getting that passion back, even if it's small, getting some ounce of creativity back into the main channel would go way further than the $1,000 I would get paid, maybe, you know, like... Maybe we fly you down for a few days and produce 2 to 3 videos with you and see how that goes down the line. That could be cool. No. Brandon, you know how I am about this. I'll fly myself down. That like... Oh, that would be so cool. That'd be really cool. Like, Blade Show last year, being in Will's apartment, seeing where the cookie gets made, was so cool because you get to see how the cookie gets made. It was so interesting to see you guys pull your lights out to the living room so we could set out the interview and set up the lighting and all of that, and it was just... That would be such a cool experience. You're a real one for... You are a real one for offering that scenario. God damn. I would even personally do that myself, since I want to make more main channel content with other people. I love making stuff with Will, but we both need to change a pace. That is just a straight win. And it's so difficult because, like, we tried to do some of that stuff during Blade Show, but, like... The whole week of Blade Show is like, you're not thinking about making videos. You're not thinking of learning everything. You're either fully immersed in the moment or you're tired out from being immersed in the moment. So to make that like a... Oh, man. to make that like its own dedicated thing, I wouldn't have to worry about being tired from a blade show or anything like that. I could just fully go in on learning. I love learning. I love learning. Unless it's about coding, then I hate learning with a passion and I never want to learn again. I have some big video ideas that would greatly benefit from someone like you being here and Ty as well. Dude. I would, like, unironically, once my car is fixed and I'm able to build up, like, a spending money savings again, I would book a ticket in a heartbeat if that was something that you guys wanted to do. Oh my gosh. And Pyro, don't worry, I saw your message. If you come to Atlanta, let me know. Bro, if I go to Georgia, I'll let you know. Who fucking cares? I'll drive. I would love... Ooh, whoopsies. I would love to make content with... Or I would love to collab with Pyro. It'd be cool. I said Georgia? Oh. Autocorrect brain go cuckoo crazy. Let you use my A7 I and we could go do a shooting session somewhere. I can take you step by step on how to get cooler shots. Here's what I would need, Brandon, is I don't need a step-by-step instruction on how to get a cool shot. I mean, that would help, but then if that's all I get, then that's all I'm going to recreate. I need to be outfitted with the tools, and I'm not saying that you need to do this in one weekend. I'm saying that this is just what I need to do for myself and etc. I need the toolbox. I don't need the instruction. I do need the instruction booklet on how to use the toolbox, but I need the toolbox as well. So like I need the step-by-step to make a cool shot, but I also need the wider knowledge that goes into making a cool shot so that I can do my own original stuff. Fix it, you just pronounced the I's in that name. A7E? I don't know. Giving you the tools. Okay, cool. Because I do not deny that making, like, giving me step-by-step to make a cool shot is helpful. But if that's all you get, then you just learn how to recreate. I don't want to be able to just recreate. I want to be able to create. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean fix? How do I fix that I just pronounced all the I's in that name? Oh, the A7. Oh. Yeah, I just call it the A7. Why are there 3 I's then? If they don't want me to pronounce the I's, then why are they there? Teaching how you can look at things in a different way and showing how to utilize the manual settings to meet what you want from it. Yeah. Because I know we kind of talked about stuff at Blade Show when we were down at the River Valley or wherever we went. But like I said, learning stuff in that weekend, it's so difficult. Ethan, don't hesitate. Take this opportunity. Embrace the unknown. Step out of your comfort zone. Unlock the incredible possibilities that lie ahead. Thank you, ChatGPT. It's just A73. The I's indicate... I forgot Roman numerals exist. I forgot Roman... I'm gonna be honest. I forgot Roman numerals exist. Welcome to Summer Ethan, where I'm a fucking idiot. Oh dear. Oh dear God. I am something else. I'm something else. I'm something else. I'm something else. Or I have another idea. Brandon, if you ever want me, this is such a stupid fucking thing to offer. I will literally just drive down there. I will just make the drive. Granted, the gas would probably be as much as a plane ticket, But, like, I would just do that. Sony has no idea. Oh, their headphone lineup is atrocious. AWF-H1000XM34. Yeah. 16-hour drive is not that bad. Well, good thing it's not a 16-hour drive. Only 13 last I checked. I'm seriously committed to making that happen. Please let me help financially. Okay. I'm going to put my ego aside and I'm going to let someone help me that wants to help me. Because I don't, well, what's the word that you used? I don't want to insult you by not accepting your generosity. If financial issues mean that it can't happen, I'm happy to make it happen. I think it's more just I don't know what financials, because once I get an internship, it kind of disappears. Financial problems kind of go away. It's like I'm making 22 bucks an hour. I'm working 40 hours a week. It's a lot of money. It's more money than I know what to do with. No, it's not. I'm in the Balisong hobby. Don't ever say that ever again. You stupid idiot. Never say that again. When deciding to meet up with your father. Well, I guess it's canon now. I guess it's canon. Yeah, Pyro, who said anything about a 16-hour drive? It would only be 13. Does that make me and Ethan brothers? No, I thought Will was your dad, Pyro. How many dads do you have? Okay, wait. I can do math. Okay, so if my gas tank can get me 420 miles, actually, that's the funny number. Let's go 430 miles. This is a 900-mile drive. We divide that by the 430. That means it would take 2 gas tanks to get me there, which if each gas tank cost me about $35, that means it would only be about $73 in gas, or it could be about $150 in plane tickets, probably more. It would be significantly cheaper to drive. And it would be kind of fun to drive. I mean, anyone who met me at Blade Show knows how much I want to take a road trip like that. I thought I would only need one. Wait, do you have enough? Do you do you have enough Will Hirsch cases to state to basically just like say that you probably should have gotten the Foxtrot one? Never ashamed of who your father is. Embrace your family's story. Love and accept him for who he is. Cherish the bond that connects you both. Man, first AI takes all of our jobs. Now it's coming after the chatters. Who is next? What and who is next? Dear God. All right. I think we should end it. That was a very like deep stream. Dear God. I'm probably gonna nuke it. I'm probably gonna nuke the VOD because, you know. Dude, this was a stream. Like, there are streams, and then there was a stream. A cheap Amazon knife unboxing video with you, Will, and I would go absolutely so fucking hard. Don't pretend like I would add anything to that video. Don't pretend that I would add anything good to that video. Oh my god. I agree with you, it would go hard, but... Dude, in the same room with Will Hirsch and Brandon Baker, I would be a fucking wet noodle. Or I would be really cringe. Which actually, both of them would be really funny, so... You would add so much. Yeah, like my my charming good looks and my obsession with talking to inanimate stuffed animals. No, for real. The people that get unironically mad at me that I talk to stuffed animals is so funny. It's like swirl my glass of wine and sip it. Funny. Because people legitimately comment on my old videos and go, oh my god, the fact that he talks to his stuffed animals is so cringe. Like, grow up, dude. It makes me want to do nothing less than pour myself a glass of wine, even though I've never had alcohol in my entire life, and just swirl it and sip it like a supervillain while laughing. Because I can just feel... I can feel the fragility. Is that a word? I can feel how fragile they are in their pathetic little word view, that they get so offended by me talking to a stuffed animal. One time I wake up early enough to be here from the beginning, the VOD gets deleted. How lucky. How about this? I'll make you a deal, chat. I will leave the VOD up. Will I do that? I was gonna say I'll leave the VOD up until I go to bed, which will be in like 2 hours. Will I do that? Let me get Brandon's... Brandon is like the big reason that the VOD should be deleted. I'm not blaming you, Brandon. If Brandon signs off on that, I'll leave the VOD up for a little bit. Just give a contrarian opinion in contrast to whatever opinion Will or Brandon give. It'll make the video, even if you don't believe in what you're saying at all. Just dig your heels in even harder. No, that's going to get me canceled. I will commit to the bit so hard that I will get canceled. That's a terrible way to go. I'd be okay with that. Okay. So it means that not everyone is going to be able to see the whole VOD. But the people that are here at the end of the stream will be able to go back and just at least see what happened. Because I think the reveal that happened at the end of all that was the funniest part and probably the best part worth watching. So when the stream ends, I'll leave it up for like 2 hours. How about that? We'll do that. Which the stream is going to end in a quick little bit. Bye bye wholesome giveaway moment. Ted, if you really want, I could cut the... I could cut the VOD down. If you want the giveaway to be done, I can just cut the VOD. I'm fine with that. Because I was initially thinking, oh, I probably don't want the giveaway to be there because then people are going to expect that. But I should give you the proper due that you are told or are owed for providing the giveaway in the first place. This is a dilemma. Did my DMs clarify my stance? They absolutely did, and I can relate to you on a level that you probably can't even imagine, Brandon. Yeah, I can cut it. I think I can cut it at least. So I won't full on delete it, but or maybe I just cut out that one portion. Why not do that? Because the rest of the stream was really good. Brandon, we've talked quite a bit about parallels, and I think that's all I really need to say. Hold on. There was another. Ethan, embrace your authentic self. Be proud of who you are, including your identity as a gay individual. Live your truth and find happiness in expressing your genuine self. Listen. While I may not be able to prove to you that I am straight, because I don't have, you know, like a girlfriend to show you guys and say, hey, I'm not gay. At the same time, you can't prove that I'm gay because you don't have a boyfriend to point to. So, essentially what I'm saying to that is, nuh-uh. I'm literally in chat right here, kind of fucked up. Pyro. Ty is my proof. Ty, okay, no, Ty, Pyro. You could even make the Brandon argument. Damn. Why do all my favorite men have to be spoken for? Should I... Terrible. I'm still gonna say it though. Should I buy these and make it official? Should I spend a little $25 and make it official? Instead of spending $25 on something I would actually enjoy, like the Steam sale, I buy these, which I would never ever use. Oh, by the way, everyone, Crab Champions is like $2 off. I know it's not a lot, but it is on sale, and I figured some of you would care, so enjoy. I got you guys. Don't worry. It's $8. I'm curious. I'm not gonna lie. I'm curious how easy it is to partner with Simple Stock. Because he did the Balisong Community Discord hoodies a little while ago. I'm wondering how easy it would be. All right, guys. What a stream. I think what I'm going to end up doing is just cutting out that one part. But I'll do that in a few hours, so you have like 2 hours to watch the stream and see the blunders that occurred live. If you want to skip through the VOD to find it, just look for the part where everyone's depressed. How about that? Let's just say that. Otherwise, thank you all for the kind words. Thank you all for the reassurance, for the info, for the just like basically everything. Yeah, basically everything. Reassurance, kind words to just not just myself but others. info, insight. Very eye-opening stream in multiple ways. But also reminding me of a lot of things that I must remember to keep in the forefront of... I don't know what I'm fucking saying anymore. But yeah. Thank you, everyone. I am going to go now. Do you ever start watching Haikyuu and be like, damn, I want to play volleyball, but then realize you need 11 others to play with and it's a tall person sport and you're short? No, I don't watch anime. Yeah, that was a stream. And I'm going to go now. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the kind words and all that. I already said thank you, so. Keep being awesome. Keep being you. Don't let other people tell you what to be. I'm going to go practice for my pro Valorant career now because I have stopped. I didn't make the announcement until now, but I'm leaving Balisongs for the pro Valorant stream. I'm leaving Balisongs to become a pro Valorant player. All right? So I'm going to go do that, and you guys are going to keep being awesome, and I'll see you guys... I don't know. Streams aren't planned, you know? Okay. So on that shocking revelation, goodbye, I'll never see any of you again. Sleep well, flip good Balisongs, make good choices, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everyone.